Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video I will be teaching you 3 piano mistakes every beginner makes and how to avoid them. The first mistake is not using gravity as part of your playing technique. And by gravity I mean going down and up on the hand. So this will keep your hand very relaxed and loose, and that way we use the gravity when you go down, and then we also release when we go up. Now this could be applied to scales. So every scale, when you start, it should be a down movement and then up, up and down movement, up, 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 and you get here. Okay? If you started on the top, it's a down movement here, up, 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 down movement here, release, and get to the C. So this movement up and down using the gravity could be applied to every scale you play. So change that habit of not using it. Now, this could be applied to chords like this. So when you play a chord, it's always an up and down movement, and you relax once you strike the keys. Now this could be applied to an open chord like this. It's always up and down, and it could also be applied to the arpeggio. If you start the arpeggio on C, that's a down movement and then up. Okay? Now if you extend this, you could go up and then down again on the C. Here down and then up here. Okay, those are all the movements. It could be applied to every scale, arpeggio or chord, and it helps a lot to play. Now when you play a piece, for instance here, here I'm gonna go up down, up down. See, you see it there, up down, up down. So I use it all the time. Now watch this, up, down, up, down. Okay, you can minimize it a little bit less, right? So you could use it there. You could use it here when you play a chord like this. So you can see there. And it's very natural to play with. Now the second mistake I see is not using in and out movements. And if we go back to the scale, the thumb is shorter and the fifth finger is shorter. Also the fourth finger is shorter with respect to the third. Now what you have to do is go inside when you start the scale, outside, outside and inside. Outside, outside, and then you start going inside. So at this moment also, when you're busy reading and all the stuff, you're not watching the hand, and I think it would be very interesting if you start watching this movement. So you go inside, outside, outside, inside, and so on, inside. Pretty much you adjust to the length of the fingers, and this is very important. It could also be applied when you play an arpeggio. Here, see where I went inside, outside, outside, inside. See, if you do the switch, you go inside here, outside, and so forth, the same thing. Okay, now if I go back to the piece I played, now you're gonna see I went outside here. Now here, I went inside because the thumb plays inside. I'm outside, I go inside. Inside. And now notice here, inside. So it's very important you notice that because it will help you a lot. Okay. Also the piece I was playing before, see, it's inside. All of this inside. Now here, watch. I went outside now because I have a white key. So a basic rule will be if you have black keys like this, you go inside, and it will make it simple. Now the third mistake I see is not using rotation. For instance, when you have a trill, you do it this, and your hand should go back and forth, right, left, right, left. It don't matter if it's any intervals you can think, right? Now this could be applied to when you play the piano, also when you do the scale. If you add one more note to that, you should do this movement, right? Then you have the passing of the thumb, and then you have all 5 notes, see? And that's how I get the speed using the rotation, which you you could think on the trill because it's very obvious there, and then you use it. See? If you play an arpeggio, it will be the same thing. See here, I'm going rotation towards the right. If you do the switch here, it will be the same. So that will give you the speed. You do not use it when you play the chord. That's all. Okay? Now to give you an example, this piece comes to mind. And notice here when I do this, I'm rotating towards the right and then towards the left. Here again. Notice that. So it's very important, the rotation, and it helps you in every way. To bring it back to the scale, notice that here I could rotate towards the right and rotate here, and then I put them all together and you have it down. Okay? I hope this video was helpful, and if you enjoyed, subscribe. Thank you very much.